Hi everyone, so I'm Nicole. If you are on this page watching this video, you have either had a tibial tubercle osteotomy and OATS cadaver cartilage surgery, or you are about to have one and just want some long-term updated information on what life is like after. You have to excuse me, I'm a little sick, so if I get out of breath, that's why. So I am sitting at 1 year, almost 6 months post tibial tubercle osteotomy and 2 different OATS cadaver cartilage implants. And I haven't updated in a while, mainly because things haven't been normal, nor have they been awesome. So sometimes not reporting anything. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all, right? But I've been recently reached out to by a person or two asking for an update. So here we go. I will say a year after my surgery, I had had some ups and downs, and I knew that there was something wrong, whether it was my OATS cadaver cartilage not taking or whatever the case may be. I knew something was wrong. My doctor would not really acknowledge me because he had recently seen me. He thought I had overdone it on a hike, which I did unintentionally. The mileage was more than what was on the website. And it kind of went from there. Waited a couple months, went and got a second opinion, and was told it was probably referred patella pain that I was having, and got a second and third and fourth opinion, mainly because the end result was, let me do a steroid shot. Let's wait another 4 months. Let's wait another 2 months. And this was in August originally, which was 9 months post-surgery. So I did the steroid shots as suggested. All of them had said that my next route was indeed going to be a partial knee replacement because my MRIs showed that was going to be the call. It didn't show any medial damage. Basically was indicative of the cadaver cartilage failing. And so I waited, this was in August, waited roughly 2 months. I had surgery kind of already scheduled, mainly because I know how the end of the year gets, and I was at my deductible. So I did have a surgeon consult or two, just to make sure that was the correct next steps, and kept the surgery on tap, but wanted to do prehab. I said, 2 things can come out of prehab. I can either get stronger and not need surgery, or get stronger, be ready for partial knee replacement. What ended up happening was 1 week of having the best time of my life, and I was able to run for the first time since all of this disaster occurred. So any of you naysayers out there who say you can't do that or the likelihood is down, yeah, the likelihood might be down, but if you work hard enough and you've got, the right things in place, it is possible. So I had a week of jogging / running on the road, which was amazing. I think much of that is due to my light speed lift, which just Google it if you're wondering what it was. But this is what kept me sane and kept me getting the impact on my legs in a safe manner and at a safe distance. So a week of pure bliss. I think I'm not going to have surgery at all. I'm thinking I just needed some major strength training and all would be great. The next week I did a bike ride at my own power level and had issues for the whole following next week. Issues so bad it was hard to walk again, going upstairs, obviously the whole shebang. And that was kind of the nail in the coffin. There definitely was no running after that, and that's when we knew that this was going to be an ongoing yo-yo of something's going to trigger it. I'm going to need to do, you know, a lot of time off, recover, or just move forward with the partial. So very last minute, I moved forward with the partial. Again, they did the patella partial knee replacement because the MRI showed that that was the area that was needed, and did not show anything on the medial or anything else of that nature. I was informed prior to partial knee replacement that during surgery, if they found things that were amiss, that they may have to do a full knee replacement. And when they got in there, they found things quite amiss. So those awesome lesions that had been filled with cadaver cartilage on the patella and trochlea, they were in fact failed, which proved obviously why things weren't going awesome for me. But not only that, there was a flap of skin that had hidden a very, very big lesion on the medial side of my knee. I was 42 at the time, and my surgeon made a very difficult call not to do a full knee replacement in the middle of surgery. And I will say, much to my disappointment after finding everything out, because I went in with medial pain along with some other stuff, but we can't all be in everyone else's shoes to, you know, say what someone should and shouldn't do. So partial knee replacement done. It was about a month later in December when I found out that I had that internal medial lesion that was in fact, you know, the kicker during surgery. And let's just say my PT did not really get any better. It wasn't but 6 weeks after PT, and he looked at me and he said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much better are we than before surgery? And I was sitting at like a 2. There were some things that were easier, so I could get on the bike and do a certain pedal stroke that was not irritated, but that was it. So fast forward to January, about a month and a half after surgery to 2 months after surgery, had my follow-up with the doctor. We chatted. He said, let's shut down the knee. Let's get this inflammation out. And I wanted the full as soon as possible. So that was kind of the way to go ahead and get this full knee replacement done. That was my only that was my only recourse. And again, like, I couldn't walk upstairs without excruciating pain. None of what was having a lot of pain was resolved with the partial knee replacement. And so a year and a month after having the tibial tubercle osteotomy and OATS cadaver cartilage, I had a partial knee replacement. 3 months after having a partial knee replacement, I had a full knee replacement. And I'm now 43, so not that much time has passed, but I'm officially 9 weeks post full knee replacement. My only drawback is that my PT had to really shut everything down 4 weeks prior to me having the full knee replacement in order to get all the inflammation out from the partial, so they could do the surgery for the full. And so instead of hitting it hard, pushing through pain, getting some prehab in, coming in with a, you know, somewhat stronger quad, mine came in really deteriorated. So right now, that is really the main focus, and I have a long road ahead of me to get my quad built back up. I have a good chance of some long-term chronic pain just due to all these major surgeries, and them being so close together. But what I can do is walk up the stairs without pain, and Anyone who's in my boat right now can probably say that's a huge win. So at 9 weeks, although I'm not where I want to be, PT and doctors are very happy with where I am. I have to say it was the best call for me. I think everyone going into each surgery has to really weigh the pros and the cons of whether they think that surgery is necessary and what chance of outcome for what they want to do is it going to give them. I get a lot of questions about the tibial tubercle osteotomy and the OATS cadaver cartilage. At that time, that was my only option. I was too young to have a full. Even when they did my full, it was not a decision that the surgeon took lightly because of my age and the activity I wanted to be at. So, you know, there's not really any other option you have sometimes at that point. PT isn't going to solve it as much as we wish it would. But I did want to say there's hope for everybody out there. If you have questions, I certainly am not a medical professional, but feel free to reach out to me. I vividly remember everything about that surgery, about my partial knee replacement, and about my now full knee replacement. And be your own advocate when you know that something's not right. It's not right. It took me, I would say, a solid 2 to 3 months to get the answers that I really needed, rather than being put off because I may have overdone it. I knew that, yes, I probably went too far, but I also, on that hike, but I also knew that there was something amiss that was not the norm and that things were very different. And so had I not continued to push, I'd still be very miserable. My husband has said since after week 1 of the full knee replacement, it's the best he's seen me walk and get around, and he doesn't know how long. And so it's just a reminder, you control your own fate. There is nothing wrong with going to see a second or third or fourth doctor to make sure that you make the right decisions and that you get multiple opinions so you can weigh what you want to do and, you know, have the most information out there. And so that's my story. It's not a normal one. And so I continually mention that mainly because not most people aren't going to go into surgeries the way I've had to. However, you know, we're all human, and I only put this out there so if other people have questions or want to know what to do or how to go about seeking treatment, they know that they can. I don't particularly like sharing things at this moment because I'm not in the best space, but I do feel like it's important to continue to update because I think we can find things short-term on surgeries and getting back to sport, but long-term results people do not continue to keep up to date with. So that's my most up-to-date. The takeaways, I had a magic week of running on the road and with my bestie, my little Lime. And that was a year after the tibial tubercle osteotomy and OATS cadaver cartilage. So there is hope. Also, I have a ton of hope moving forward with this full knee replacement. I know that there is a lot of work ahead, but my goals are big. I want to get to ultra running. I want to get back to half Ironmans and racing those. And, you know, maybe get back to doing an Ironman. Just don't tell my husband. And those sort of things. So there's hope. If there's anything I can do to help, don't hesitate to reach out to me. It's the only reason I post this stuff. And good luck. And always find some other sport to do while you're trying to rehab. I chose long distance marathon swimming, even though swimming is like my, not my best sport, but you got to keep your mind distracted and keep moving forward. Have a good day.